Hey folks, here at the Wild Project in Lower East Side, I am excited because today I'm going to see a show that's been called, well, I'll tell you what it's been called in a few seconds, but it's gotten these great reviews. But before I do that, and before I post a review on LocalTheatreNY.tv, I wanted to introduce you to the cast, and I wanted to introduce you to some of the people behind the project. So here we are at the Wild Project. Matt, introduce yourself, tell us what you're doing with this particular play. It's called Lone Star. Why Lone Star? And tell us all about it.
Okay, I'm Matt the Regattas, and I'm playing the character of Roy. We chose the piece Lone Star. 9 Theatricals is the producing company, and this is their 10th year in existence. And myself and Chris back here, we actually did Lone Star back in 2010. And you know, there's so many great projects out there as an actor that you want to keep continuing to do different role after different role. But I had always said, over the last 7 years, if there was one role that I wanted to do again, it would be Roy. It's my favorite character that I've ever played. It's my favorite play that I've ever done.
Why Roy? Tell us about Roy.
Well, there's just something so sweet about the character, but yet he's a rough and tough redneck. Basically, he's a Vietnam vet, and he's returned from the war. He's suffering from PTSD in Maynard, Texas, 1972. And like a lot of soldiers who suffered from PTSD with the effects of war, they have a hard time sort of integrating themselves back into life and into society, and the same is happening with Roy. He's got a hard time keeping a job, he's got a hard time being around people, keeping friends, so what he does every night is he goes out back behind Angel's Bar, which is the bar in the play, and he goes by himself and he drinks his Lone Star beer and he eats junk food and he looks up at the stars. And on this particular night, his brother, played by Chris Lupo's Ray, comes out and he's trying to get Roy to stop, to break this monotony, to break this slump that he's in. Come inside, let me take you home. And the night sort of goes from there, and Roy starts to talk about all these exploits that happened to him with his friends prior to the war, and sexual episodes with women and crazy trips to Bossier City.
Would you say it's like a really guy-type play?
It's definitely a guy-type play. Some of the humor is, it is, frat boyish.
A little sophomoric.
Yeah.
Sophomoric,
but I think therein lies the charm of the characters, because, what draws me to Roy isn't necessarily, the frat boy mentality that he has. There's a lot of real human elements to this character when you look underneath it. I mean, clearly he's suffering from PTSD. He's depressed. There's an air of hopelessness about him, and yet he puts on airs that everything is okay. And
I guess a lot of us do that, right?
Exactly, and I think that's what
yeah,
and I think that's what appeals to. It's timeless acts of human behavior. You drink, you soothe on alcohol and comfort food to try to cover up the fact that things aren't good deep down. And by the end of the show, I think Roy finally discovers that things haven't been good deep down for a long time, and now I need to start dealing with it.
I want to read you folks out there a review from theaterscene.net. It's earthy, thoughtful, and very funny. This is a roaring revival of a notable one-act play, Lone Star. So I'm excited by that review. I've heard very wonderful things. I want to introduce the rest of the cast members. Chris, come up here. Tell us about your character. You play?
Chris Lupos. I play Ray.
Ray,
all right. Roy's younger brother.
Tell us about Ray.
Well, Ray is pretty simple. I wouldn't say he's slow, but he's a simple guy. I play him as a mechanic, handyman type. And, the play is fun. It's just about interactions with the three of us. I mean, Greg plays my friend Cletus, who is really involved in the play.
How did you guys get together? Was this like an audition, or are you part of the same company? Tell us about that.
Well, I had done this with Matt like 7 years ago, and he was asking me to audition, and I was like, yeah, I'm more of a photographer now than I am an actor, but he was asking me to audition, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do it or whatever. And I was like, just audition other people, and I'll see if I'll, see how it goes. And if you don't have anybody you really like, then maybe I'll audition. And they auditioned a couple of people, and they didn't like it.
Are you having more fun now than the photography? Or I mean, is this?
It's different. It's different. I don't know. They've been asking me that too. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. And you folks are going through the Triad, so that's going to be fun too, because it's now going to step up, if you will.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to. Obviously, I still like to do this. That's why I'm doing it. It's for fun for me. It's not necessarily what my career goal is, but I mean, if someone wants to put me in a movie.
Yeah, right. There you go. Anyone have a movie? So wait, let's meet Greg. Greg, come here. Let's talk to you. So Greg, you're Ray's friend.
Yeah.
Roy's
Tell us about.
enemy.
First of all,
He's-
introduce yourself
Yeah.
to our folks out there and tell us
Hi,
about your character.
Greg Pregel. I'm playing Cletus. He is the nerd that hopefully you'll love to watch, but also the nerd that everyone in town picks on and beats up. And in this particular night, something has happened, and I come back to a place that is kind of the lion's den for me, where I should not be, in the back of Angel's Bar, Roy's spot. Roy is a person who I've idolized for years. Watched him, play all the sports, pick up all the girls in school, and just was enamored, by him and captivated by him and wanted to be him for years. And now he's come back, and something puts me in the back of this bar this evening, and I have to talk to my best friend Ray. So.
Well, maybe not best.
My best friend, yes. You are my
Your
best
best
friend.
friend.
Maybe my only friend.
It
That's
sounds,
true, that's true.
It sounds like there's a representation of what a lot of group of guys who are friends are, sort of that mix. Is that what we're getting here? Sort of that mix of characters
Yeah.
in a group of friends?
It's an awesome play. It's very fun.
You definitely have that
It's got
group of
everything.
people and that one person in the group who you all pick on and have a good time picking on, and that person laughs but then goes
That's
home
you?
and maybe cries at night.
Oh,
That's
no.
definitely, yeah. He'll tie his shoes in the morning and then trip over them.
Well-
That's the type guy he is.
We're fascinated to see the play. Folks, I want you to really come out here. Let's bring Matt back so he can tell us a little bit about how to find tickets, where to see the play, and tell us about the production at the Triad. But let's start with what's happening this weekend here at the Wild Project. You have how many more performances?
We've got 2 more performances
Okay.
at the Wild Project. We're finishing up our run here. As I said, reviews have been great. We've got some really strong reviewers coming tonight as well. And then we're transferring it off Broadway next week at the Triad. One thing I do want to say is this is a great show, and it's rarely produced in New York City.
That's right.
Our production of Lone Star will be only the second revival of this show since it was on Broadway in 1979. So this is a chance to see a very rarely produced play. That's one thing. Now our website is www.drinkbeerraisehell.com,
I'm going to put it here.
and that's got all the information you need. Nine Theatricals is a producing company in Freehold, New Jersey. This is going to be their first contract production in the city, so we're happy to be a part of that.
Wow.
They're celebrating 10 years in existence,
That's
and
great.
that's why we've chosen the Triad, or why they've chosen the Triad as sort of a festive event.
Yeah.
You're going to get to drink, dance. The one thing that's going to be different about the Triad as opposed to the performances here at the Wild Project is we've got live music before the show. We're going to have 2 beautiful girls playing some songs of the time period.
Sort of to balance out the guy thing, right?
Exactly. So the idea is to sort of make the Triad Angel's Bar, which is the bar in Lone
okay.
Star, and the girls are going to be playing a set as if they were playing a set that night in 1972 Texas.
I love it. That's
Lights
great.
down, lights up, play begins.
There's a special code Thunderbird.
Yeah,
right?
at checkout, if you type in promo code Thunderbird, you get a nice Texas-sized discount.
There you go. There's a 2-drink minimum at the Triad. I've been there. I love that venue. If you want a really classy, wonderful evening out, that's one of the places in the city to go. It's uptown on 72nd Street.
Yes,
right?
we expect the place to be rocking.
Yes, it's going to be rocking. So, folks, I wish you the best. Congratulations to you on your success. Look for the reviews. You have a Facebook page, any social media you want to...
Well, if you go to Lone Star
Okay.
Play, Lone Star Play is the actual Facebook page.
Great, okay.
Yeah.
So follow them on Lone Star Play on Facebook. Please follow LocalTheatreNY.tv on Facebook. Please follow our groups. Please share. You have this weekend to see it here, but I'm pointing you to the Triad. I hope that I'll see you at the Triad. And please help spread the word. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations
Thank
on
you
your
very
great
much.
reviews.
Thanks, man.
Take
Come
care,
see
folks.
us.
Come see these guys. You have to, and a couple of girls. Bye-bye.